I came back from Norway all mushy and fluffy, and then something really unusual happened. Mugler brand reached out and they said that we know that you are a highbrow type of perfume reviewer, Maria, but since you've been on a journey of kind of discovering the hidden secrets behind the best-selling perfumes and kind of the more finer details and history behind what we call mass market or designer perfumes, or the stars of the past, like, here is a challenge for you. We're gonna send you 3 perfumes that are like historic, by no question about it, historic fragrance in the history of perfume making for sure, by Mugler. And they sent me 3 variations of Alien to try and to ponder. I am shocked every time I look deeper beyond my usual snobism, and if you want to know more about it, watch my previous summer haul when I show you my first La Vie Belle purchase. When you look into the syrupy gourmands, and that's probably one of the most hated and loved categories of perfumery that became possible at the end of the 20th century and kind of like the crossover to millennia, Mugler kind of challenged me to start digging beyond the obvious surface. You watch any influencer on this platform that talks about either Angel or Alien by Mugler, and you will get your usual fill of sexy, yummy, the most complimentary perfume. Oh my god, this is the long lasting, I have so many compliments, and it's been like that since 1990s. When I started digging more into it with La Vie Belles, with all of the ethyl maltol based fragrances, the whole scene of edible gourmands, I mean, first of all, they became possible by invention of vanillin, which was the end of 19th century. It was like 1840s, 1850s, and I think it was Simrise that first patented the production of formula of vanillin that made it available to pretty much the whole world. But when we talk about edible gourmands, like syrupy, like the things that we really associate with the 90s, and those like shampoo, the freshly shampooed hair, and all of these like sweet, syrupy, cloyy fragrances that I spent decades hating on, but then they really did shape our history. They shaped more than a perfume industry history. They shaped what we think girls smell like. They changed what we think our mothers smell like now. They changed what we think is yummy. They changed the metaphysics, the metaphysical layer of the cultural perceptions that we have about a lot of gender dynamics as well. So, and you start digging far enough, and you will inevitably run into Mugler, because not the Alien, but the Angel was one commercially produced kind of this liquid sugar fragrance that just absolutely pierced through the society, and it's still one of their best sellers. The number of flankers for Alien and Angel, I think, now surpassed 2 or 3 dozen. So Alien is a very futuristic driven fragrance from 1990s era, but every time they make a new flanker, this is pretty much like Chanel No. 5 in the futurism of fragrance making, that is still commercially hugely successful, like, to this day. So this is the eau de parfum. This is what started it all. And by the way, unless you don't know, if you join the official website for Mugler, they actually have a loyalty club where you can not only register your fragrances, you can get, I think it's either free or there are like special discounts. You can emboss them when you buy them for yourself or somebody you love. So Alien, that's where it all started, right? The OG one. And what was so catchy about the original Alien, as I'm restarting it now, again, you see, like I'm trying to like break away from the close-mindedness that I've had for decades because it was too popular. And the more popular something becomes, the more of a common denominator and less cool it is because it's so overdone. Similar thing happened with Baccarat Rouge, really. Like, I can't stand Baccarat Rouge. Not because it's bad, because it's been overdone to death. And also partially because unless you're anosmic, Baccarat Rouge smells like iodine, like changing the wounds patches. But some people are anosmic to that component of the fragrance, and when they generously spray it, they think they smell of this sweet, fluffy, kind of like a sugary snack. And I smell, urgent care. Anyway, Alien had these very catchy combination of syrupy sweet and icy fresh. I think it would not be an overstatement to say that they were one of the first ones to capture fresh sweet that made perfume industry billions over the decades. They were the first ones to capture that dichotomy. And I haven't smelled Alien in quite a few years. So to me, old is new. To me, it's now a fresh take on what used to be on every corner. You know what? I don't know if it's age, I don't know if it's COVID that I had twice that dampened my perception of a lot of smells and therefore made most fragrances more wearable for me, because as I now realize, I used to have hypersensitive nose. This is very wearable, and you wouldn't hear me in the daylight ever saying that anything mainstream Mugler was wearable. Never. I would not be the girl to say that ever before this year. It is, you live and you learn. It is bizarre. Newer variations that they were going for were really playing with the idea, what is the kind of the flavoring or departure from this sweet, fresh Alien DNA, the core, that they could do that would make it more contemporary. So I would say Alien Goddess was another bestseller by them, and that was, I think, fair 10 years removed from the original. And this was when caramel, sugary, this kind of whipped cream, condensed milk, caramel latte, when Starbucks exploded with their offering of all these sugary, syrupy custom offerings of toppings. This is where Alien Goddess kind of tried to monopolize on the trend. To me, this is very thick, enveloping, this caramelly, sweet, edible gourmand, and to me, very little connects it to the original Alien. This is something that would probably absolutely kill me if I wore it on my skin or anywhere close to my nose. But for those of you who feel that the fragrances just kind of get sucked in by your skin and you can never get anything out of it, this, I think, makes a very durable gourmand base that you can either wear by itself or refresh with any other perfume that has more of a maybe zesty or fresh or smoky or green or metallic opening to it, but it doesn't last, because this guy, oh my god, Alien Goddess, lasts forever. And I do find that on so-called hot skin, the skin that kind of sucks in the fragrance, and often fragrances break down very quickly to the very base on the so-called hot skin. Things like that are softer, more wearable, and almost more nuanced on a hot skin. On my skin, this would be like a nuclear bomb. I think their newest flanker, what they're trying to take Alien into the new era of futurism, is Alien Hypersense. I was like, okay, after so many flankers, can you surprise me? Let's see if they can surprise us. And we are back to fresh sweet. Even I would dare say bitter fresh sweet. Hypersense. So this is how Mugler envisions futurism in 2024. It is a gradient bottle. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to show you in packaging. But otherwise, the signature bottle design, which, you know, I'm starting to learn how to appreciate the mainstream bottle designs. It's usually the bottle design and the bottle production is more costly than the juice. And this is why a lot of niche brands will use kind of very aesthetic same bottles for all the fragrances they have. First and foremost, it was started by just the need to save money. So they would use the staple bottles that they could buy the cheapest. And more rich corporations can afford to do a custom bottle production design. That whole layer of industry can exist usually only in really large corporations, and to have a custom bottle design for every new fragrance, that's for those LVMH, L'Oreal, and really, really big conglomerates that have a lot of daughter brands under them. By the way, Mugler belongs to L'Oreal right now. So yeah, decades later, I am looking at this from, I guess I just learned so much more about the industry and the processes behind it, and I talked to people who design these scents. So it means more to me than, a sharply cut glass. I realized just how much more goes into the design, conceptual design of a product, whether it's perfume or anything else now. So I'm starting to really appreciate specifically the Alien bottle design, because this, and also me as a physicist, right? Like, I've studied all kinds of symmetries of crystals and things of that nature, and the optics and the reflective properties of prisms. The prismatic construction of the facets of these crystals, they just give me a little bit of that, I know why it is the way it is. So yeah, like it's cool. What I want to say though, Hypersense is the 2024 release. So in case you're one of the collectors of aliens, I know it's a thing. Here, I think these three actually, I like their choices to send to me, because they really signify different chapters, different episodes in the evolution of perfumery in general, through the prism of how they were trying to evolve Alien as a scent profile, essentially, right? It's a family of fragrances at this point, with dozens of flankers that were released over the years. It is truly kind of like through each of these, you can really see how times have changed, and how we have changed, and how the cultural trends have changed. This is like the era of 1990s futurism, where industry was exploding with new molecules, new ways to mix them and make bases. The oceanics became a thing. The edible gourmands became a thing. None of that existed before, just because the molecules didn't exist before, and the processes that allowed to make them didn't exist before. And then we go to the cultural explosion of Starbucks era. All of these syrupy add-ons, flavors, toppings, and the explosion of gourmands in the perfumery, and especially the caramel decade, right? And that's the alien goddess, that what it falls to. And it was really curious to me what they will try to do with the futurism of, we're well into the 21st century now. It's 2024. So as 2024 release alien Hypersense, it's my feeling that they were trying to enter the kind of cyber goth take, almost like cyberpunk take on the futurism. It is, however, don't get scared. However, it is very girly fragrance, and to me, this is both good and bad. First and foremost, they did go back to the alien DNA. To me, alien goddess is much less alien than alien Hypersense. Alien Hypersense is definitely an alien. It is fresh, sweet, abstract, futuristic scent. However, in its heart is fruity floral. And to me, the notes that stand out the most is it's sort of pear and jasmine, which at its best make it very flirty and very this contemporary cute, because we're all about cute and plumpy rosy cheeks and the filters that make them look so. At the same time, this fresh, sweet, abstract, futuristic component is there. On the downside, this jasmine pear fruitiness makes it can make it smell soapy. It's not the fact that they didn't care enough, it's just there's so many jasmine fruity soaps that once you smell jasmine with any fruit together, it's almost unavoidable that most people will have a mental reference to soaps. If you tried Hypersense already, please let me know. I just wanted to give you a scoop because I got this recently from Mugler, the brand itself. To me, the ones that I will be testing on my skin is the original OG Alien and the Hypersense. And when it comes to wishful thinking, if I was to wish for another alien flanker, I would really love to see them take on true cyber goth. Let's leave kawaii behind. Let's stop trying to be pleasing and rosy cheeked, like a true cyberpunk. Like make the freshness mineral or bitter, in some ways punchy, and make the sweetness, the typical alien edible sugary sweetness, kind of like deliver you a soft landing. I would love like a true cyberpunk alien 2025 flanker, would you? If you were to design a futuristic fragrance now, what would you put there in terms of adjectives and allusions and notes? What would you do? I'm curious. That's what I would do. So Hypersense comes close, but it's fruity floral. Like, in my view, let go of pleasantries. Let's just go straight demonic. Maybe I'll get lucky and in 2025 something like that will be released. If you already know a candidate, please let me know. But yeah, I am embarking on a new journey here, that's for sure. Even though this is a journey that the perfume industry has been on for decades, for me it's and old is new. I hope you do enjoy engaging with me in these ceremonies. If you do, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I noticed that less than half of people who watch the channel are subscribed to it. So it helps. It really does. So don't, it doesn't cost you anything. If you feel like it, if you get some good vibes from being here together, please do subscribe.